Let's analyze a fix and flip deal. Okay, we're going to look at the profit requirement rule. And this is what I suggest you use for looking at a fix and flip opportunity. And the thing I want you to think about is how much is the deal worth to you? The more complex the deal or the longer it will take, well, you probably want to charge more for that deal. The other thing is to think about your competition out there. How much are they willing to take on a deal? Is it less than you? Is it more than you? And as you start looking at your offers and realizing that, hey, maybe they didn't take my offer because someone else, bid more. Well, maybe their profit requirement is less than yours. And so that's where you start looking at marketing and everything in it. Anyway, let's take a look at the profit requirement rule. And we're just going to go with a simple $100,000 repair value. And we're going to get into the costs. Well, if I'm doing a hard money loan, then I'm going to need some funds for closing costs and things that way. I'm going to have holding costs like any fix and flip. I'm going to be paying an interest payment. I'm going to have utilities, maybe an HOA fee, things like that. So I just want to account for those holding costs. And then I'm going to have selling costs. And if I'm going to use a real estate agent, then I have to put enough of a percentage in to pay for that. And so in this case, let's go with 6%, and that gives me a selling cost of $6,000. Okay, maybe it needs $25,000 in repairs. And remember, I want you to go in and move these numbers around just to see how it impacts everything. But here's the big question. How much do you need to make on a $100,000 deal? If you're looking at it and saying, oh, okay, I need to make $10,000 on a $100,000 deal, then the maximum I can offer on this property is $53,000. Remember, you don't have to offer 53, but that's the highest you can go given your estimates and how much profit you want to have. And then to do that, you're going to have funding requirements. You got to come up with 84,000 because you need to pay for the 53,000 to buy the property, and then you're going to have associated purchasing costs and holding costs, and then your cost of repairs. Okay, we don't have to finance selling costs or the required profit. That happens when you flip the property. But I'm going to have 84,000 in this scenario. Hey, what if I really wanted to make sure that I was going to be well compensated on this deal? Well, can I get the property for 43,000? You don't want to pay more than you need to on a property, but at the same time, you don't want to lose every deal because someone else is saying, you know what, I could do that for 10,000. So think it through. Start practicing with the calculator. See how things come together. Think about the funding that's going to be required to do this type of deal. Start analyzing other deals. Hey, bump up that price a little bit. Do the numbers do anything for you? Do they scare you? Well, that's okay. But start looking at how things change where, oh, okay, I'm going to need 319,000 in funding on this deal. How do I feel about that? Well, hey, you know what? I really need more like, 32,500 as profit on this deal. So I can only offer 250,000 and therefore I need 296,500 in funding. Are you set for that? Can you do 300,000 in funding? So this calculator helps you analyze the property and see what you need, and then you use the required profit to make sure the deal is worthwhile to you. So have fun, play with the numbers, look at deals, start seeing how everything comes together and be proficient with this calculator.